Hi everyone, Don Giannetti, lighting-essentials.com and project52prosystem.com. We're getting close to enrolling for the for the first time this year at project52prosystem.com. I only take 20 students. It's a year-long class, and we get you working as a professional commercial photographer. That's the goal. Everybody who wants to work does. And I have really great systems to help you get from point A to point B. And we've had beginners who've done really well, and we've got seasoned pros who've taken it just to help expand their market. But I only take 20. There's information down below if you're interested. And by the way, if you'd like the stuff that we're doing here, I'd love to have you hit that subscribe button. Don't care about the bell. So I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing campaigns for photographers, and this is one of the things that I think a lot of photographers they struggle with, because you hear this all the time from photographers. You got to market your work. You got to market your work. You got to market your work. That's awesome. That's great advice. I'm going to tell you how to market your work, because marketing your work is a plan. It's a system. It's a way of doing it, and it really works. You'll hear people say, send out a postcard, use email lists, magazines are hot right now. Okay, use an email list. Do you have an email list? Okay. Send out a postcard. Yeah, one postcard is going to do nothing. Zero for your work. Nothing. Not one postcard. Not two postcards. You've got to look at planning out 6 postcards. Email marketing? Yes. Getting the names? Big pain in the butt. Everybody has to do it. Everybody who's successful has mined email addresses. Just got to do it. So we want to plan a full year of what you're going to do and make it work for you. An email with a couple of random shots not going to do it. You need a campaign to stay top of mind. This is for clients who are getting hit with other photographers all the time. This isn't necessarily for small businesses or corporations or markets that you've found in and around your area, and they're out there. Check out findphotoclientsnow.com, findphotoclientsnow.com. That's a system for finding clients around you. They exist. Anybody who makes something or sells something or is a service provider needs photographs. Not just crappy photographs. They need real photographs. So an agency, even a small agency, they may only have 2 or 3 clients. A big agents, art directors, those are what I would call clients within the company, have 2 or 3 art directors, and those 2 or 3 art directors are getting hit with tons of mail, etc. every day. Not so much from photographers anymore. That's where you get to shine. You get to get in there and get that direct mail stuff going. But agencies don't give out assignments every day of the week. Every time you send a card, they go, yeah, we got a job for you. It's not the way it was. Not the way it is. Not the way it ever will be. I ran an ad agency for 9 years. We were the 3rd largest ad agency in Arizona. I was the partner and creative director, so I know what it's like to get promos from photographers, and I know what it's like to get promos from photographers that you just love and you really want to work with them, but you don't have a job right now. Maybe you're working on a television spot, or maybe you've got 2 things going, one for this client, one for that client, and neither one of them call for photography. That happens. So your job is to stay top of mind. So when that job does come in, I go, oh yeah, that's good old, what's their name? I think I'll give them a call. You got 100 photographers trying for one job. So being top of mind is really, really important. That doesn't mean that you're just going to get it if you're lucky enough to get the card in on the same day they got a job. No, it just means that you'll be considered easier if you're there. So what does a campaign mean? How do we create one? How long should it run? And why does it matter? A random thing is when you decide, oh, I've got to market my work, and you send a postcard or you send a brochure or you create some kind of little tchotchke thing and you send it out. That's random. And it gets lost and it gets forgotten. So what you want to do is to do something special, do something very creative. Pulling 3 or 4 images from your portfolio, printing them up and sending them out, that's not going to work anymore either. You got to have a theme, got to have a reason to send those pictures. Oh, here's my dog picture, here's my food shot, and here's a shot I did of the Grand Canyon. Nope, not going to work. You got to connect the dots in the minds of your viewers. So you got to plan your campaign. And what I say is, be deliberate, structured, and consistent. Deliberate, structured, and consistent. 1 email per month. That's really all you need to do, and it's all you want to do. Let's look at the numbers. If you send more than 1 email a month, you can start to annoy people. I'm sure you've all signed up for lists of, big-time online photographers with their big-time online workshops, and then your inbox is filled with spam after spam after spam. It's the last day. No, actually, yesterday wasn't the last day. We've hauled it over for 1 more day. Sign up, 1 more, and you get these things 2-3 times a day. Literally getting them 2 or 3 times a day. You really, really get tired of that pretty fast. So 1 email per month. If you wait 2 months, they may not remember the first email. So 1 email per quarter or 6 emails a year, not going to cut it. 1 email per month. And you plan these. You plan them. What are you going to show? Sit down and look at it. You may not have the shots for the email campaign after next month's email campaign. You may not have those shots yet, but you can start to plan them. And there's nothing wrong with shooting images specifically for your mailer. Nothing wrong with it at all. I like MailChimp. Some of you might like Mad Mimi or Constant Contact or whatever those things are. Those are all fine. I like the ability to test my subject line on a small group of people that I know and are willing to test that. And that's called A/B testing, and those companies offer that ability. It's really nice because the most important thing about your email is the subject line. Does it get open? You also want to be able to track that email. Did it get open? Okay. I say we're talking about a basic email campaign here. 1 postcard a month, just 1. Not a month, I'm sorry. 1 postcard every 2 months. So just 6 postcards a year. Postcards, when I think of a postcard, I think of 5x7, 6x9, 8.5x11, your big oversized 6x11, whatever. It's a card. It's put in a nice sealed envelope. It's got a picture on one side and a picture on the other side. Don, how many pictures do you send? 2, 3 tops. Okay? We're just going to make some rules here. 2, 3 tops. So you can put 1 on one side, 2 on the other, 1 on one side, 1 on the other, or any variation thereof. If you want, I don't know. One larger piece per year. With the ability to create magazines over at places like Blurb and Overnight Prints and places like that, you can actually do an 8-piece or 8-page or 12-page magazine formatted item, or at the newspaper printing place where they print on the newsprint. You can create something kind of fun, put some time and effort into it. 1 a year is fine with that. Fine with that. This is a 1-year commitment. So you decide what you're going to do and you start putting the money aside for it. It shouldn't be expensive. Your mailing list, if you're in a big city like Atlanta, New York, Chicago, I recommend that you work with a list of about 250 people. So you're really very targeted on who you're going to work with. That list is going to be churning because you're going to find some people on the list drop off the list, they unsubscribe, what have you, and you've got to keep replacing. So you're always looking for replacements, and you're always going to have word of mouth, and you want to add to it. But if you had between 250 and 300 names, you're going to do well. If you're in a little bit smaller market, you might have to have about 300 to 350 names because you're going to have to reach out farther physically, in your geography area. You're going to have to reach out a little bit to get some momentum. You don't have to have all of them at the beginning. Not at all. You got to have a few, but you don't have to have them all. If you wait until you have 200 names on that list, you're dying. You're not in the market. You're not making anything happen. You get 10, you start to work. and then you gather 1 or 2 new emails every single day that you possibly can, and, build it up. If you do that, those 2 things, if you do that, just those 2 things, you will build a very nice little marketing campaign. Now we left out the scary thing. We left out the calling people, the cold calling, and you got to cold call. You got to call people up. You got to call and find out if you can get their email address. You got to call and find out if that art director name that you got out of Communication Arts is still working there. Does he have an email address? Then can you send them some of your work? That type of thing. You're going to have to do that. I have a secret way of getting it done. You ready for this? There ain't no secret way of getting it done. You just got to do it. Now just think about this. Imagine sitting down with your spouse or significant other who's been supporting you and eating macaroni and cheese and canned beans and stuff while you try to get your business going, and explaining to them that, well, I just couldn't get my business going because I just couldn't make a phone call. Good luck with that. Make you feel pretty bad, wouldn't it? It's just a phone call. When you do this marketing campaign and you start being consistent, you're going to move into the upper 5% of photographers who are marketing. Yep, you are. You're going to move right up. You've got to understand that 90% of photographers out there say, yeah, I got to work on my marketing, and they do not do it. I am a consultant. I work with photographers, and I know how bad they can be at executing marketing. Prove me wrong and go and do it. Prove to me that you can do it, because watching photographers out of Project 52 go, oh my God. We had one of our students try one of the methods, real simple method that we have. It's a method, it's a system, it's not a secret, it's not rocket science. I didn't invent it, I just promote it. He went out and did it one afternoon, came back and said, oh my God, it works. He said, couldn't believe it. It works. I have a photographer who on the East Coast who was driving home and said, I got no money. I got bills to pay. I'm going to try what Don said. I'm just going to bite the bullet and try what Don said. Next day, he got 2 gigs. Is that going to happen to you? I don't know. But I know that you stand a better chance of getting those gigs if you get out the door and do what I tell you to do. You can do this. There's all kinds of people that they need photography. They need your photography. Some of it pays not so great. Some of it pays really great. And some of it pays in the middle. But you get nothing if you don't show people your work. And you should be excited about showing people your work. That's what we do. We make photographs and we say, hey, wouldn't you like to look at my photographs? Sure they would. So turn something that's drudgery into something exciting. You get to show 300 people your photographs. What a thrill. All right, that's it. That's it. More coming. I've got a newsletter that I send this stuff out on every Sunday. If you're interested, the link is down below. You might scroll down a little bit. The link is down below. It's all for professional photographers or those who are working in the field, whether you're full-time, whether you're part-time, if it's a side hustle, and it's a good side hustle. It's a really good side hustle. Whatever you're doing and you're getting money back, you need to know how to expand that and get the maximum amount of funding and money that you can for the jobs that you do. So project52prosystem.com, lighting-essentials.com, and my name's Don Giannetti, and you can find me at dongiannetti.com. And this video is too long. I gotta go. I'll see you next time.